Welcome back to Cossy Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Welcome back to a brand new video. Mohamed Kudus Arsenal is the biggest transfer talk around the club right now. In this video, we're going to be diving into everything you need to know about the move. Is it happening? Is it not happening? How about financial fair play? How can Arsenal go around financial fair play? And how much time do we have before Ajax go? We are shutting the door. Hit the like button, subscribe to the podcast as well. I'm not going to ask you whether you like Kudus because according to the comment section, you really do. And I really do like Kudus as well. But I'm going to ask you one simple question in this one. Do you think Mohamed Kudus is better than Fabio Vieira? Simple. Just get to the comment section and let me know. You've seen Fabio Vieira. We've also seen Kudus at the World Cup and some bits of him at Ajax. Do you think he would do a much better job in the Premier League because he's a little bit more physical? And I think he's got that kind of determination that a player like Fabio Vieira is lacking. So do you think he would be a much better fit for Arsenal than Fabio Vieira? Let me know. The debate is open in the comment box below. Let's get this video to 500 likes and let's dive into everything you need to know about Kudus to Arsenal. So the first thing you need to know about this deal is that Arsenal do have a gentleman agreement with them and the player. Kudus and Arsenal had talks between them before the World Cup, prior to the World Cup. And Arsenal, like we have always done in this summer, Mikel Arteta, Edu, they presented the project to Kudus. They presented their idea to Kudus, where he would play, his role, how Mikel Arteta wants to use him, and the future and the general future of the project, where Arsenal want to see themselves in the next 10 years. The player bought into that. The player actually thought, this is a very good deal. I would be very, very happy to be part of Mikel Arteta's project, and therefore, it is likely that he has not given Ajax their answer because he's waiting for Arsenal. Now, I'm not saying if he doesn't join Arsenal, he won't go anywhere. I'm not saying if he doesn't join Arsenal, his life is over. All I'm saying is that he was really impressed with Arsenal and the proposal we actually sent him or we presented to him. That is what I understand. So Ajax need an answer within the next 48 hours. We've talked about this before. Now, they've set an ultimatum, but there is not a lot they can do. They have a problem. The player has refused to sign a new deal. We will talk about the contract situation of Kudus. So he's not going to sign a new deal with Ajax. And of course, Ajax do not want to lose him on a free. They don't want to push it to a period where the player has 1 year left on his deal, or even risking his deal to run down. So they've told him, we have agreed a price with Brighton that is already done. They've already resolved to losing him. They've already resolved to selling him this summer, and they've told him, you will go. Any club that wants you and you can agree personal terms with, you will actually go. But we need an answer as soon as possible. The way Ajax business works is they sell a player and sign a replacement. They're one of the clubs that I've actually seen, they don't sign a replacement before selling a player. They actually sign a player after selling a player. So they want to be very sure. Are you staying? Is Kudus staying with them? Then they can literally plan for the future, or is he gonna go so they can actually start scouting for a few replacements here and there? So the response has not come from Kudus and his management. They're still waiting for a couple of options to actually show themselves, for them. Now, as part of the part that Ajax have actually agreed to sell, they've also agreed a 40 million euro deal with Brighton. We've talked about this on the channel, and we thought the fact that they agreed that deal, it was going to be over. However, it is not yet over. The deal was agreed in July, as far as I understand, according to David Onsen and according to Fabrizio Romano. Ajax and Brighton agreed a deal for Kudus way back in July. But since then, Ajax have been pushing Kudus to give them an answer. Brighton are also pushing Kudus to agree personal terms, but there is nothing on that end. So the deal is agreed, 40 million euros, and that means that any other club that wants to sign Kudus would just need to come and overwrite that 40 million euros that was agreed between Brighton and Ajax. Now, the player is not yet settled. The player is still stalling. And the reason as why he's not accepted Brighton yet is easy. He's been talking to Chelsea. He's been talking to Arsenal. He's been talking to all these other clubs that have promised him a very good project, a very good paycheck, and Champions League football, Europa League football, or even trophies as well. So I think Kudus is one of those players, and probably his management as well are pushing him to think this way. He looks at himself as a finished product. He's saying, I'm 23, 24. I've played at Ajax. Ajax are almost at the same level at Brighton. I don't want to go Brighton. I want to go bigger. So I think he looks at himself as a player who can go and start right away at Chelsea and start right away at Arsenal. And I don't think he's wrong about that, especially with Chelsea having very, very few midfielders. I think he would be very good alongside Enzo Fernandez. He would be very good alongside, Martin Odegaard in that Arsenal midfield. So he looks at himself as a finished product, and therefore he says, I'm not agreeing personal terms with Brighton at the moment. I will take my time. I will wait for whatever is gonna come. If no other clubs come in, then probably I'll go to Brighton, right? But at the moment, I still fancy my chances. Now, Ajax will have to be very, very careful with this deal. The players actually informed them that there is no chance for him to renew. There's no chance for him to extend his deal. Currently, it runs down in 2025, and this is the best time to sell. So if Ajax didn't actually have the final word of the player that is not going to sign a new deal, then definitely Ajax would be all right. They'll be like, okay, if he doesn't sign for you, we can actually get him on a new deal, and then we can sell him in 2026 or in 2025. But the problem is that next season, his contract will be left with 1 year. Clubs will be offering around 15, 16 million euros, or even 25 if Ajax are actually very, very lucky. So Ajax is saying, if you're not signing a new deal, like you've said, then please find a club and give us an answer as quickly as possible. That is where we are with Ajax, Brighton, and Arsenal. Now, in terms of the overall competition, it is a deal that is fairly quiet. There's not a lot of there's no big rumors. There's no big interest around Kudus. I understand that Chelsea have agreed a £20 million deal for Tyler Adams from Leeds United, and that actually changes the trajectory of this game. That changes how strong the competition is in this deal, because Arsenal, Chelsea were viewed as the primary contenders for this deal, apart from Brighton, who are a little bit a step ahead of us. Now, Liverpool have inquired about Kudus before, but he's not in that position where they desperately need a player. Kudus plays where Szoboszlai could be playing, or he could be that kind of rotation option for McAllister, but they need a Caicedo. They need a Romeo Lavia. So at the moment, Liverpool are not that serious, and Chelsea are not that serious. So that leaves Arsenal and Brighton as the two competitors competing with each other. However, there is a point where Brighton actually hold a bigger advantage against Arsenal in this deal, and that is with financial fair play. So I've written here and I said there is a financial fair play scare. 40 million euros is very high for Arsenal at the moment, so the structure will be very, very crucial. Brighton have done one thing in this summer, is literally get money. Get money for McAllister. They're trying to get money for Caicedo. They're literally bringing in money. And that means that they still have that financial power bigger than us. Now, we've already spent our cash. We've spent 200 million, and now FFP is literally folding their hands going, you dare spend a single penny, you will see us. So you look at how Arsenal have structured the David Raya deal, and you ask yourself, could we structure it in the same way? Now, with FFP, they always look at the books. How much did you make? How much did you spend? And how much did you make in terms of losses? And that's where they're always going to cap you. Arsenal can literally do this, because the structure of this deal is going to be very important. We can get him just like we got Raya. We can get him on a loan deal, maybe 5 million, maybe 2 million in terms of a loan deal, with an option to buy, not obligation, but with an option to buy, and allow him extend his contract at Ajax. So in the future, probably in January or in the summer, Ajax will be receiving their money from Arsenal as a sale that was done in 2024, but in actual sense, it was done in 2023. It would be kind of a genius, and you need to be a genius to understand that. And I know people watching this channel, you are absolute geniuses. Okay, so the sales are also going to be very crucial if Arsenal are going to pull off this kind of deal, because 40 million euros, if you want to pay up front, if we want to get that money out of the door up front, it means that sales are going to be crucial. Balogun, Corinthian, and all these other players. If Arsenal can get that money from the sale of all those players, then the deal can actually happen. So sales are going to be crucial. Like we've already said since July, Arsenal's focus is now selling. So if you are going to sell to buy, it means you have to be very good at selling. And the problem is that Arsenal are quite not in a very good position when it comes to selling. Finally, Arsenal do enjoy a very good relationship with Ajax, courtesy of the Julian Timber deal. Of course, they did do us some dirty work when it came to Lisandro Martinez, but we could care less. Julian Timber is more like Lisandro Martinez. So that good relationship, we've done a deal with them, 40 million euros for Julian Timber. Both clubs looked very happy. Timber wanted to join Arsenal. He did get his deal. That means that Ajax were loyal to the players' demands. Arsenal and Ajax, shook hands actually, not shaked, did I say shaked? Shook hands over a round table. That also means that there is some peace and consensus. We could use that rapport to actually get this deal off the line. I'm not saying it's gonna happen because of that. I'm saying it could. Okay, so where do I stand in terms of seeing this one happen? On a scale of 10, this one lies at a 3.5. Arsenal's transfer window could as well be pretty much done and dusted as whatever you want to put there. I'll see you right in the next one, as I will be uploading a video of all the Arsenal done deals, incomings, outgoings, and deals we need to keep our eyes on. Make sure you watch out for that one. It's coming soon.